The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. The nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. Remember always that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionists. It is a terrible thing to look over your shoulder when you are trying to lead and find no one there. The truth is found when men are free to pursue it. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. There are many ways of going forward, but only one way of standing still. Be sincere, be brief, be seated. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. In the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed, it must be achieved. To reach a port, we must sail, sail not tie at anchor, sail not drift. No country, however rich, can afford the waste of its human resources. Peace, like charity, begins at home. Repetition does not transform a lie into a truth. We, and all others who believe in freedom as deeply as we do, would rather die on our feet than live on our knees. We have always known that heedless self-interest was bad morals. We now know that it is bad economics. The school is the last expenditure upon which America should be willing to economize. Books cannot be killed by fire. People die, but books never die. Freedom means the supremacy of human rights everywhere. Taxes, after all, are dues that we pay for the privileges of membership in an organized society. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. We must scrupulously guard the civil rights and civil liberties of all citizens, whatever their background. There is a mysterious cycle in human events. To some generations, much is given; of other generations, much is expected. Self-interest is the enemy of all true affection. True individual freedom cannot exist without economic security and independence. A conservative is a man with two perfectly good legs who, however, has never learned how to walk forward. In our seeking for economic and political progress, we all go up, or else we all go down, as one people. The hopes of the Republic cannot forever tolerate either undeserved poverty or self-serving wealth. The United States Constitution has proved itself the most marvelously elastic compilation of rules of government ever written. War is young men dying and old men talking. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. Among American citizens, there should be no forgotten men and no forgotten races. People die, but books never die. No man and no force can abolish memory. There is nothing I love as much as a good fight. It is common sense to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. To some generations, much is given. Of other generations, much is expected. This generation has a rendezvous with destiny. I am neither bitter nor cynical, but I do wish there was less immaturity in political thinking. If you treat people right, they will treat you right 90% of the time.